You're watching Word to the Wise with Henry Smith.
Henry Smythe. I know we shall all get it at one point. I believe in you. I am the legend whose hair flows of knowledge. In fact, I have more knowledge in my pinky toe than my director has capacity for coffee in her stomach.
Henry!
Okay. Here's a proverb to lead you in wisdom in your life. A jack of all trades is a beautiful thing. Because without jacks, there would be no beanstalks to climb. There would be no hills to roll down with a very dear friend, possibly named Jill.
Cut! Henry, that is not the proverb we went over this morning. Did you read the script? Did you throw it away?
I read the script. Henry Smith always reads the script. But he felt it needed some adjusting.
Stick to what's written, okay?
Yes.
Segment 2. 3, 2, 1, action.
And now it's time for our segment that is called Better Ideas in History. The catchier, cooler title would have been, Why Don't We Just Do What Henry Smythe Says? And everything would be better. But no. My director said absolutely not. Alas, we proceed. Evan, my map. Picture it. Australia, 1932.
Henri, that's North America.
Australia, 1932. This is the site of the Great Emu Australian War. At this point in time, the emus decided to take over all of Australasia, and they began to cause havoc and problems all throughout the land. What? Oh, I just found out I got 1 million followers on TikTok. Me.
Cut. Henry, the historical event, please. Evan, just go. Okay, people, last one. Henry, it's simple. Just follow the script. It's literally written out for you.
Henry Smythe is the script. It's part of his being.
That doesn't make any sense. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, action.
It's me again, Henry Smythe, the wealth of wisdom, that today we're going to look at the Word. We're going to be talking to Harley, David's son. He was the creator of many motorcycles.
Henri, that is altogether the wrong person, okay? It's David, as in soon-to-be King David, and he definitely didn't have a kid named Harley, and motorcycles were not created.
Just start with, a man after God's own heart.
Right, that David. David. He was sometimes called a man after God's own heart. He was anointed king as a young chap, but there was someone ahead of him. It's a grumpy man known as King Saul. Now Saul chased David, and he chased him with his army of giant pigeons with vicious teeth. You know, pigeons are really good for an army. They're good messengers. They're really good if you had a bag of breadcrumbs. Speaking of bread, Evan, where's my sandwich?
Cut! Henry? Just go. Go! Jalen, you need to take this, and I need to lie down. Evan! I need my emotional support bunny.
Okay. Well, let's just take a few giant steps backwards. Hey guys, I'm Jalen. If you don't mind, can we just take a breath together? Breathe in. Exhale. Okay. That was more for me than it was for you, for sure. Goodness. This took a while, didn't it? I mean, have you ever been waiting for something that's taken a lot longer than you expected? Like, close your eyes with me for a moment. Imagine. There's something that you're really hoping for or waiting for, and it's literally taking forever. Now open your eyes. For me, my birthday's coming up in a month, and there are this cute pair of shoes that I really want, okay? They're comfortable. They go with all of my outfits. They are perfect. Now, my mom said she'd get them for me for my birthday. That's the plan. But, that's a whole nother month, and I don't really want to wait that long. I mean, that's a long time. Zonies, let me ask you this. What's it like to trust the plan that's taking a lot longer than you expected? Well, come with me to take a peek into another one of the books of wisdom. Here we have the book of Psalms. Now, it was written by many different people, okay? They were writing all about worship and praises, all of these poems and songs that went to God, and you might be familiar with some of them, like Psalm 118, verse 24. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Or Psalms 46:10, be still and know that I am God. And there are so many more. Now today, as Henri Smythe has mentioned, we're going to be talking about David. He was one of the main writers of the book of Psalms. He actually wrote 73 of them. Now, he wrote all about his feelings. And I mean all of his feelings and emotions. Imagine writing in a journal every single day and then giving it to somebody else to read. He wrote about anger, joy, sadness, the good, the bad, everything in between. But God used it to help give us a little bit of wisdom. Now, David even writes about what it felt like to wait for something even better than a pair of shoes. He waited to be king. Now, despite knowing for years and years that he was going to become king, he waited and trusted God, even when he had the chance to take things into his own hands. Now, in 1 Samuel chapter 24, King Saul is pursuing David with an army of 3,000 elite men. Not an army of giant pigeons, okay? Now, as he's pursuing him and he's being chased, David and his men are chased into the wilderness. But there's a moment where Saul enters into a cave to take himself a little potty break. I mean, everyone's gotta go, right? But he had no idea that David and his men were hiding deeper into the cave. Now, in verse 4, David's men tried to convince him that now is the chance to kill King Saul and become king himself. Now, Saul would have no idea. He wouldn't even see David coming because he's distracted, and David could take it all. This is what happened. David, as the ninja he was, crept up and cut off a piece of Saul's robe and made it back to his men. Saul was totally distracted and had no idea. Everyone show me your shocked face. In 1 Samuel chapter 10, Saul was anointed as king. Now, David knew that God had chosen Saul to be king before David. So David wasn't going to go against the Lord's plan. Now in 1 Samuel 24, verses 9 through 15, David walked out and told Saul everything he had done. He said that he was not going to harm Saul, but he was going to rely on the Lord's plan and judgment. Saul was surprised. He even began to cry. In verses 19 and 20, he responded, "May the Lord reward you well for the kindness you have shown me today. And now I realize that you are surely going to be king, and that the kingdom of Israel will flourish under your rule." Here, David chose to wait on God and trust his plan to come, even if the outcome wasn't going to be immediate. Now, David chose to honor the Lord and the king that was in front of him, trusting God's perfect plan and not relying on his own timing. Now, remember how we talked about David being the writer of a lot of Psalms, giving his emotions and feelings and life experiences? Well, we're going to open up to Psalm 37 together. Now, this psalm was written whenever David was a lot older, many years of experience that God had given him in life, and he gives us a bit of wisdom. Are you guys there? Give me 2 thumbs up if you've got it. All right, it looks great. Psalm 37:7 says, "Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret when people succeed in their ways, when they carry out their wicked schemes." Instead of taking matters into your own hands, the way David's men tried to convince David to do, trust God and wait for him to act. Wait on his plans to come through. Now, sometimes we can feel like the waiting is just us wasting time. Like we should be doing something or something should be going on, but actually nothing's happening. Can anyone relate? I want you to know that the waiting is not wasted time. God's plans are always the best. So when you're torn between what you want to do and what you should do, seek God for wisdom. He will answer you. Wait and trust his plan. Even Jesus trusts God. Check out what he says in John 5:19. Jesus gave them this answer. Very truly I tell you, the Son can do nothing by himself. He can only do what he sees his Father doing, because whatever the Father does, the Son also does. So, like David and Jesus, I guess I can wait patiently and trust my mom to get me those shoes on my birthday, huh? I mean, what's one more month in the grand scheme of things? So, whether it's a new pair of shoes or something even bigger, I'm gonna choose to seek God for wisdom and trust his answer and his plans to come. And speaking of seeking God, I think we need to do our big idea. So everybody up on your feet, up, come on. Great job. All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Seek God for what? Seek God for what? Seek God for what? Shh. Great job, boys and girls. We will see y'all next week, and hopefully Henri Smythe will be on top of his game.